Hello and a very warm welcome to the Starting Solid show, which is brought to you by myself and some colleagues who you will see throughout our different videos. My name's Rachel and I'm a community dietitian and I work within NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde. So in this video I'm going to be covering when to start solids and signs of readiness. I'll talk a bit about vitamin D and follow-on milks. And the information that I'm discussing here today has been carried out in line with Public Health Scotland Fund First Foods Complementary Feeding Booklet, which you should have received or will receive from your health visitor. And the information within this is aimed at healthy term babies. However, if your wee one was premature, we've put together some brief guidance which you'll be able to access via the link at the bottom of the screen. We also advise that you should speak to your health visitor or other healthcare professional prior to offering solids to your premature baby. So first of all, we want to make the introduction of solids fun and exciting and hopefully as relaxed as possible. So let's go. Okay, so one of the most important things to remember is that breast or first milk formula is all the nutrition your baby needs until they're around 6 months of age. Up until that point, your baby's digestive system, their kidneys and their immune system, they're just not developed enough to cope with the breakdown of solid food. And research has shown us that the best time to introduce solids is around 6 months of age. I want to point out that it's important never to begin solids before 4 months or 17 weeks of age, as this can actually be harmful to your baby's long-term health. And at around 6 months, your wee one requires more nutrients from food, particularly iron, and developmentally, they also need to learn to chew, which, believe it or not, is also an important part of speech development. If you happen to be advised to start introducing solids much earlier than 6 months, please discuss that with your health visitor first of all. Okay, so moving on, one of the most common questions that parents ask us is, how do I know that my wee one is ready to start solids? Okay, so there's some developmental signs that we want you to look out for. And the first official one is that your baby should be able to stay in a sitting position and hold their head steady and unsupported. The second one is that your baby should be able to coordinate their eyes, their hand and their mouth, meaning that they can reach out and pick up a toy or some food and bring it up and put it into their mouth. So when your baby is around 6 months of age and you notice that both those signs are there, you can try offering them a wee small spoonful of soft or mashed food. If your baby is ready to accept solids, they'll be able to move that food around their mouth and swallow it rather than spitting it back out to you. You also might notice that your baby is putting their fist in their mouth, they're waking up in the middle of the night or wanting more milk, or even a combination of any of those three. These are just normal signs of child development and sometimes even the start of teething, but they're not the official signs of readiness for solid. We recommend that in these cases you offer an additional feed of breast or formula milk, and the same guidance goes for bigger babies too. In one of our videos, Sandra, our community chef, will be showing some examples of foods to start off with. But for now, I'm just going to cover a couple of points to demonstrate the benefits of waiting until around 6 months to offer food. So the first is that you no longer at 6 months require to sterilise your equipment, so things like bowls, spoons, plates, chopping boards, which is a great time saver. But obviously remember that if you are using a bottle for formula milk, that these need to continue to be sterilised until around a year. So also at 6 months, foods don't need to be pureed. In fact, we recommend that you start with well mashed foods and soft finger foods. So therefore you don't need your blender either. So again, it's all saving time. So I've actually got some foods here which we've just boiled and mashed down really well, and I'll just show you these one at a time. So this is just some mashed sweet potato that we've got here. So again, just peeled, boiled and mashed down. This is just some parsnip, which again was just peeled and boiled and mashed. I've also got some carrot here, same process, boiled and well mashed. This is some cauliflower, which was actually frozen, so I've just, again, boiled it till it was soft, mashed it down really well. And lastly, I have got some broccoli, which again was frozen and just cooked till soft and mashed down really well. You might notice that the quantities that I've got in these bowls are different, and I've done that deliberately because what you'll notice is that one baby might take that amount at a meal, even for the first couple of weeks, and some babies might take that amount in their first meal. Either is fine, all babies are different, and just be guided by their appetite, so that's nothing to worry about at all. There are some foods which need to be avoided if you're offering them much before 6 months, and there's a short list here in your Fun First Foods booklet that you can look at. We're often asked about baby-led weaning, which is an approach where babies are offered food to feed themselves, generally without spoon feeding, and it allows babies to regulate their own hunger. However, due to a lack of sufficient quality evidence to support this method, Public Health Scotland advises that babies are offered both finger food and food from a spoon, and this helps to ensure that babies are offered a wider variety of nutrients when you're including foods which are given on a spoon, so things like fortified breakfast cereal, pulse-based soups, and that sort of thing. My final couple of points are on vitamin D and follow-on milks. Vitamin D is the only vitamin supplement needed for healthy term babies and children if they are getting a balanced diet. The Scottish Government recommend that babies are given up to 10 micrograms of vitamin D per day. And within NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, you might have seen our posters around for a new vitamin D product. All children aged 3 and under are entitled to these free vitamin D drops, as well as all breastfed and mixed-fed babies who are having less than 500 ml of formula a day. Also, all breastfeeding mums are entitled to free vitamin D tablets, so if you're breastfeeding, you'll receive the first bottle of the vitamins on the maternity ward, which contain around a 4-month supply. Thereafter, they just need to be collected from the pharmacy. You just need to ask at the counter. With regards follow-on milks, which includes hungry baby milks, comfort or toddler milks, these are not needed. In fact, they should be avoided. And this is just because they are difficult for your baby to digest them. Some are actually a lot more expensive than first stage formula milk. So if you're formula feeding, the first stage milk, which is the one recommended from birth, is the only milk your baby needs until 1 year of age. Thereafter, you can switch to full-fat cow's milk given from a free-flowing cup. However, from 6 months, you're able to use full-fat cow's milk in cooking as well as on cereals. If you need any more information, just ask your health visitor. So just to summarise, remember to look for the official signs of readiness for your baby before offering solids. Wait, if possible, till around 6 months of age, and don't forget your vitamin D.